Hey everyone, Kyle once again. Welcome back to the next episode review of Failure Frame, episode 2. And, of course, if someone was to say right off the bat, yes, I have no shirt on because lately it's been hot as shit, you know? The past few days, over 100 degrees. So, yeah, that's why. But I'm sure that's not that big of a deal because, come on, if it's hot... It's been hot nights lately too, But that's beside the point, though. So yeah, I'm not embarrassed at all. But just hey, it's what you can do. It's been hot lately. So, but anyway, getting back to the review at hand, episode 2 of Failure Frame. I really enjoyed it, especially I've been loving the series, so far. And I've been enjoying our character of Toka, so of course, that's funny. Like I said before, I think of Toka, I think of the character of the other main character of Tokyo Ghoul, besides Ken Kaneki. So yeah, but Toka, after he was banished to the ruins of Disposal, after that asshole bitch goddess sitting there because he's a piece of trash with low E rank expectations, So it's like is he gonna get his revenge on that bitch? Yes, he is, and I can't wait to see that. So, but lately he has like minimal abilities like paralyze, poison, and sleep, right? And like he can't use if he paralyzed one opponent, he can't use the same paralysis second time. So it's like a one-time thing, right? So, but he can put it to sleep or paralyze it. Each one, right, or poison it. So, but he's been taking out a whole bunch of these demons, these minotaurs and chicken monsters, and he's been leveling up a whole lot, right? And then it comes to the factor in that since he's using up his mana a lot, though he gets hungry because he's human after all. Of course, you have to eat though, because without any sustenance you grow tired and weak. So at first, like, he tries to eat an eyeball from one of the monsters, which wouldn't taste good because it tastes like acid. So he actually uses one of the magic on his leather bag that lights up, right, and it gives him some food, right. He gets like some beef jerky and Coca-Cola, and so yeah, he's thankful for that though. But and then the one thing I like about his character is that he's also respectful, right? Like, especially like respectful to the dead, because he comes across many skeletal remains of people who entered that place where he's at, right, and they died there. So before he takes their bags or whatever they have left behind, he does, says a prayer. It does a prayer to each one of them. So, that's what makes me more like the character. Yeah, no, he wants his revenge against the people against that goddess and the people who made fun of him, those bullies as well. But he's very respectful because of the people who perished there, right? Who tried fighting, right? And of course, and he also thinks he's a type person. He says, he doesn't want to kill because it's against humanity. He doesn't want to become no better than them, right? So, but the thing is, though, because due to the crap childhood he had, right? Because he's been beaten and physically and emotionally. The stepdad of his beats the shit out of him, and of course his mom couldn't give a shit at all about him. Couldn't give a rat's ass about him. So tells him, you have to be the person who you are, no more cowardly, and just be the new you. So he enters this place where he comes across another more skeletal remains, but at the same time pays his respects, right? It comes across the skeletal couple that just basically starves there. Didn't die from monsters or anything, they just starved. And they come across the sage, this great sage who that the goddess referenced earlier was this dark hero. So he gets a book of his spells, including a forbidden spell that he has to translate because it's probably a powerful spell from him. And then he comes across the one that's probably responsible for all these deaths is called this Soul Eater. Which I gotta say, for design wise, the Soul Eater, it looks creepy as shit. It doesn't speak right, it just makes this cackling laugh like like that, right? And then it just pukes up this liquid that comes like the souls of the people, right? And I love the fact that I like the fact that but just right when he's about to raise his hand to do the paralyze, right? The Solar quickly beams his hand, shoots a laser beam right within a blink of an eye, right? So this thing has really fast reflexes, and then it causes more of the stuff to create more of these hideous figurines, and then I like the fact that the whole time he's like this. Oh no, please, I don't want to kill any of you. You guys are human ones, right? He pulls like this bait and switch, pretending to be this helpless victim, right? Because the thing kind of like enjoys torturing, right? But the thing is, he lets his guard because Toka never put down his left hand. He was like this the whole time. He never put his hand down. And he's like, gotcha, paralyze. And he defeats this thing, He, pulled a fast one on it and paralyzed it, then poisoned it. And this whole time he's been leveling up so much, right? And so much of each of the abilities are getting level ups. He's getting level ups. His mana, his powers, everything about him is leveling up to a whole lot. And so after that, after it's been defeated, it releases all the souls that it took, including we see the souls of, which I thought was a very touching scene. I thought it was a very touching scene where we saw the souls, including like the couple that died in that room. It was nice to see that hey, I hope you like those gens though, even though they were kind of cheap though, right? And then the soul of the sage, telling him, hey, you better go get that goddess. Because he also was banished there by that goddess too. I'm like, this bitch needs to die. But he says it's not my obligation to do so. But he says I will go get her. Then he uses like this crystal he picked up from the Soul Eater, puts on the door and opens it and leads to the outside. Which earlier in this, where we saw that elf with the ears walk by the outside doors from before. So over the next episode, the Toka will eventually meet her. But episode 2, it was very enjoyable. I'm really enjoying the show, and it's another people are complaining about the show that they don't like. I know people are starting to say criticize it because the obvious of the 3D, the obvious 3D, especially of the monsters and stuff, right? Yes, it's obvious though, but to me, I think it wasn't that bad of 3D. I mean, when it comes to animation or CGI in general, I've seen a whole lot worse. So I think the 3D was not that bad looking. I can tolerate it. So, but as the story goes, I'm really enjoying the story. Like with Toka, with his character, like despite him being broken mentally and physically of his crappy childhood, though, even though yes, he still pays respects to the dead, to all who lost there, by praying for them, right? It shows that he is still a respectful guy, though. And in fact, he's just been leveling up so much, enhancing his abilities. Like one point where he's just casually sitting on like a body of looked like a dragon. It looked like. And at least he got food as a focus because after all, he is human after all. So he does need substances. So he gets beef jerky and Coca-Cola. It's like, oh, thank God, But eventually, he'll try to learn those spells from the sage, though. So, but it was touching those souls, where babies basically thanking him for saving their souls, including the couple and the sage. So yeah, but episode 2 was a very fun episode, and I really enjoyed it. it's like now watching this, you just can't wait to see how he gets his revenge on those assholes. You know, the goddess and those 3 ones that are just shitting on him. You know, but yeah. So episode 2 of Failure Frame, yeah, it's kind of similar to Soul Leveling, because you know we have a guy who's like the weakest of all. Then he ends up becoming stronger from E rank, going all the way up to like S rank, right? So it's kind of like it's similar in that essence, but I think it's different in its own way. So definitely is. But I really enjoyed it, episode 2. So that's episode 2 of Failure Frame as a whole, as a show as a whole. The show as a whole so far, I'm really loving it. I just don't get why people are complaining about this. Well, because of the 3D scenes. To me, it's not that bad looking. Yes, it's obvious to see though, but to me, they're not bad. Like I said, I've seen a lot worse. But overall, I don't get why people are hating on the show. But oh well. But we all have opinions though. But I just won't get it though. But that's episode 2, Failure Frame. Thumbs up for this. Thanks for watching. And after this, I'm just going to bed because I'm sleeping above my covers like I did last night, because like I said, yeah, I have no shirt on because it's just been lately, the past few days, over 100 degrees. It's been too hot as shit, you know. So otherwise, I'd just be sweating my ass off again. That's another time though. But thanks for watching. Stay tuned for more. We'll see you next time. Later.